Okay, guys, here we are. Technically day 2. I've been up all night. I couldn't sleep. I'm too excited to get this started. That is, in fact, 4:32 in the morning. So, P&T, if you swung by, appreciate it. Okay, so let's just get started. As I previously told you, this is going to be very free-flowing. I'm going to try to keep it authentic, so let's see where it goes. Today we're going to talk about morality, and a theory that I subscribe to a relatively strong extent, which is the mathematics of morality. I think it stems from the belief that doing the right thing, people tend to know what doing the right thing is. It's actually doing it that's where the problem lies. I'm a little out of frame, aren't I? Let's see if I can fix that. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so before I get started here, as you can see, I'm working on a visual aid, getting that going. But there's a mirroring issue that I just realized just now. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so typically, I find most people tend to have a moral stance of karma, which I very much subscribe to. A lot of people do. I tend to believe in a thing I like to call immediate karmatic return, which is to say I believe in karma enacted by other people who are grateful for it, not the universe. Although I also kind of have that universal thing in me. Anyway, so do you believe in karma? Do you believe that if you do good things, people will want to do good things for you, or good things will happen to you, or living a good life leads to better things, and living a bad life leads to worse things? Yes, most likely. Do you believe... Okay, so here we go. Let's say that this is good. Okay. Is that reading? Can you see that? Yeah, I guess you can. That's good. That's positive. Good karma. This is negative. And then I suppose, this is going to look stupid with recording it on my phone like this, but this is the dividing line between what makes an action positive or negative in a karmatic sense. This is how I tend to picture karma. Now, every action falls somewhere on this scale, in my opinion. Let's say, for example, you help an old lady down the street because you can tell that she looks a little nervous. That's going to land you somewhere around here. That's kind of objectively a good thing, a good, nice thing to do. It might be further up, but you know what I mean, on the positive side, kind of objectively. Let's say you find $20 bill lying on the ground, and you are pretty sure someone must have just dropped it, but you take it anyway. That's probably going to land somewhere around, I don't know, somewhere around here. Just maybe a little in here. Somewhere in there, right? I'm assigning these points arbitrarily, but let's say this is a scale from -10 to +10. Hey, wait. Yeah, oh, forget. Anyway, from +10 to -10. This, let's say, is worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh. 9, 10, and that's not even. Oh well, you see what I'm going for here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, now here is where I tend to get a little confused. Do you believe that intention matters significantly in when it comes to morality? Having good intentions, having bad intentions. Do you believe that that would affect where something would fall on this sliding scale? Well, not sliding, on this scale. I do. Personally, I think morality Oh, geez, this is weird. I think morality is made up of, how should I do this? Graphically or mathematically? Well, it's math, so let's try math. Morality equals outcome. Geez. This is going to be backwards to you guys. Okay, that's outcome over intention, which I'll just make an I. So, that's actually... So I think morality is your outcome divided by your intention. So if you have a positive outcome, geez, I might not have thought this through. It might not be divide. You see what I'm going for here, though. I think, let's try it more like a graph. I really wish I put more thought into that before I came into this, so I could have shown it as an equation. Maybe I'll try to get my editing shit together and show it as an equation here. But I think morality is made up of intention and outcome, positive outcomes for as many people as possible. So, let's say this is a scale, like I said, from positive to negative 10. I help a little old lady across the street. That's probably going to land you right about here. Right, in the positive side. But what if I did that because I saw that there was money hanging out of her purse and I intended to steal it? Okay, here we are again. I hope I can figure out an edit for that, but ran out of storage on my phone, so can't remember exactly where I was, talking about old ladies or something. So, anyway, right back into it, as they say in places. So, I keep wanting to reiterate the point, but I realize all this time hasn't passed for you. So, just trying to carry on then. I believe in all of this lies a paradox. One of the only true paradoxes I actually believe to be a paradox that I do not understand. Don't get me wrong, I haven't looked at every paradox. It just... Okay, here we go. If I don't know. I feel like every time I look at paradoxes, they got names. So let's go with... Okay, name the paradox. The Hood paradox of relative morality. Not bad. Okay, so here's the problem. I'll walk you through an example. Let's say my intention, I keep this in mind, and my intention is to live the most moral life I possibly can. That's what I do in every action that I take. That's not true, but just pretend it is. And for this exact example, which is a real example, it was true. I was trying to do something good. So, I was coming back from work. I had some marijuana. I'm Canadian, as I said. I had some marijuana, and I just got paid, and I'd fallen on some financial hard times. It had been bad. As a smoker, which never smoke. Seriously, don't smoke cigarettes. As a smoker, I also didn't have cigarettes, and I was riding a busted up bike back from my job at the scrapyard. And I saw this homeless guy. He was chilling in the typical kind of homeless spot, which is to say, near a stop sign, right? And I'm like, you know what? I happen to have the money right now, and nothing immediately, visibly, is making me think this is a bad idea. So I'm going to give him some money, and I know something tells me he might smoke a little marijuana from time to time. So I'll give him some of that too. So I get off my bike, and if you asked me then, I would be like, I don't know, I'm somewhere in this region. Right? Just somewhere in the good side. I don't know how far. I wouldn't be so conceited as to guess. But I thought I was landing over here somewhere. Let's assume, this isn't true, let's assume I thought my action was here. I'm like, I know the struggle, I'm going to help this guy out. That's what I thought. right? And as I'm getting off my bike, I'm reaching into my backpack, and I pull out a little bit of marijuana, and I put it in my hand, palm it like this, because at the at the time it may or may not have been more than a year ago. But so I walk up as I'm reaching into my backpack, looking like subtly trying to grab this and pull out a little bit of money. I knew I had like some good change, so I gave him like, I don't know, more than $5 but less than $15 in change, because I was a bus riding kind of guy. So I didn't want him to give me attitude about giving him a 20 or something and being like, oh, I can't. But anyway, as I was saying, so I'm reaching through my bag, and as I'm doing this, I realize this is an intersection. This is an intersection, and there are cars coming and going, and there is a good chance that somebody will see me doing this, and then they'll think I'm a good person. So suddenly, I have a slightly more selfish intent. So I move to there, right? A little bit lower. My intention isn't as good as it was. So then I find myself thinking, hey, who knows? I'm a single guy. Maybe a woman. I have an active imagination. Forgive me. Maybe a woman will see that and be like, "Oh, that was nice," and then I could try to initiate a conversation with her or something, and maybe meet somebody. So then it's like, ooh, that's not a good motivation. That wasn't my original, but that I realized that could happen. I'm an imaginative guy. I realize possible outcomes to situations. And the more I think about it and the more I realize I may gain from this situation, eventually, next thing you know, I might slide into the scale all the way down here where I'm pretending to set up a Kickstarter for somebody to give them money, and then I don't do it. And then I'm going this way. Oh, see what I'm saying? It's that one. That was kind of a joke at the end there. But in all seriousness, I believe this to be a paradox. The more I actively think about trying to live my most moral life, the lower on the scale of good deeds my action falls. It's these are the things that are affecting me in my day-to-day life. These are the things I can't stop thinking about. Now, this came to me as I was laying awake. As I told you, I couldn't sleep tonight. And this is one of the things I thought about. So, that being the paradox that I've observed in my own logic, and the logic of some others who agree with me in that aspect. Now, backwards, okay. Back to the whiteboard. I really need to learn how to animate, you guys, jeez, or get some other cameras or something. But, okay, so here is my alternative to the whole scale thing I just had. I giggle at the word my. You'll understand, but I got a little twisty twist in there. Okay, ready? This is gonna be bad. Not the worst, eh? Not the worst. So, this is you and me and everybody. This is a life. This is a human life right here, okay? Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I'm going to try. Now, I believe I'm going to try to walk you through my life a little. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I haven't thought too much about it, but I'm going to try. I believe everybody starts right here. Ready? Birth. Right, get it? Okay? Birth, from the moment of birth, you immediately leave this section. Now, this is obviously a yin-yang. I hope it's yin and not ying. Oh, Anyway, this represents good, the white side. The black side represents evil. The little black dot over here represents the evil things do in the name of good. And over here represents the good things people do in the name of evil. I think I might have backwards that up. This is the evil in the good. And this is the good in the evil. My apologies. This is when people... Okay. Anyway, I believe when you're born, you start in complete neutrality. So I just kind of indicated it right in the center and popped it out to, let's call this, I don't know, the neutral zone. I got no idea. Anyway, anywhere around this circle is where a baby starts. And then from here, my life as a toddler just kind of was up and around this range, up and around here as a baby and through to a toddler. Everybody's life is. Every baby, every toddler lives up in here. Innocent, harmless, right? Every once in a while, you know, I think a toddler's life would look more like this and a child's. But knowing the innocence of a child, everything stays over here. That's just learning, right? But anyway, so a child lives up in here. Then, I believe my life went something like this. I'm in high school, I don't know, messing around a little bit, and then I moved out. This is let's say a year. Then I moved out. I very quickly went like this. Okay, is this showing? I very quickly went over here. Kind of did a little bit back and forth along this here a little bit. Okay. After that, I tried to stay over on this side somewhere. Tried to move around here every once in a while. Right? And then, let's see here, let's think about where I'm at this point. Okay, I actually did a little bit more over here when I first moved out. So, then I made a decision. I immediately jumped from here and I spent a good portion of my life, 3 years, living in here. At least that was the intention. That's what I tell myself I was doing. I joined the Navy, the Canadian Navy Reg Force, I was in for about approximately 3 years. And I think that's where the military lives, right here. It's the good in the attempted good in the dark side, right? So I think I tried to live in here. I probably did a little bit of everywhere. Anyway, so now, since I left that life, I think I've been doing a pretty good job of staying around in here, right? Until, well, there was one moment where, and now I'm back over here. Okay, now this seems like asinine, random garbage, and it is. This is not mathematic, this is not scientific, I didn't think this out or think it through. This is my approximation of what I think my life would look like on a light and dark scale. This, I think, is more like what morality is. This is the graph, and the line is duration. Nothing can be judged at a moment. Nothing simply is one thing or the other. It is perceived that way, or it is that way for a duration. If there's no duration, there's no thing, there's no action. So, that is pretty much where I have to leave it. I believe that karma creates a paradox. No. I believe that considering actions to be on a sliding scale from good to evil creates a paradox. Especially when you start to fold in intention, human intention. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave this video. I hope I gave you something to think about. I'm dying to hear what you have to say to me. I hope you got some input here. And thanks for your time. Can you tell I don't sign off very much? Yeah, so I started all the things, the Twitter and the Facebook and the whatever. I guess I'll toss that in the description. Feels a little weird saying this, I know, but you should either subscribe or check me out on Twitter. I hate that I'm saying that, and I'm going to try not to really hammer that point home, but the way this is flowing, I'm just getting started. I'm not sure when the videos are going to come out. When they do, I will post on both of those places, here and on Twitter. So if you're on one of those places, you'll get your updates. Yeah, all right, so that's going to be it. Look for my next video tomorrow. I kind of touched on it a little bit in this one, so on the subject, so hinted at it. Anyway, catch you then.